What is up, you guys, and welcome back to How to Love a Battered Woman. My name is Nia Renee, your favorite how-to girl, and today we're going to discuss just a little bit on how to set boundaries early on in dating, because there are so many red flags that we tend to miss, especially those of us who have been in abusive relationships previously and we're wanting to move on to healthy relationships. So we should discuss a little bit on how to set healthy boundaries in the beginning of your relationship, so that you know that if it's a yes or a no for you. Let me tell y'all something really quick, okay? Because your girl is about to get married soon, and the biggest thing that I did in my relationship, me and my fiance did, is we set boundaries so early on in our relationship, and that set the foundation for us to be as strong as we are right now. Let me tell you something, I was not gonna do it. What we were not gonna do was that, okay? I was not going to go into another relationship where there's surprises when they get upset when you're like, no, I'm not gonna do this, or they think that you're changing, or they flip the script on you. We're gonna avoid that all the way in the beginning. And so this is exactly what I told my fiance, literally week 2 of us dating. Not exclusive, nothing, just dating, because I wanted to set the foundation. I wanted to know early on what he was about or what he was not about. The first thing I did is I set the strongest foundation of healthy communication. I told him, listen, if we cannot sit and have a conversation face to face with no screaming, no yelling, no condescension, no smartassisms, no disrespect, any of those things, then this is not the relationship for me. If we cannot have a conversation without elevating our voices, throwing things, getting aggressive, and just doing all of those things, then I am not the bitch for you. And y'all, this man said, same. What? But those are the things that you really need to have those conversations very early on. What type of communicator are you? What type of communication do you have? What is your preference in communication, so that I know what to expect of who you are as a person, and so that I can start paying attention to things early on. I know that I'm a talk person. Y'all see me do all the time. I talk with my hands. I can be very animated, but I'm very respectful with the people that I talk to. If I have an issue with my fiance, I will simply say to him, babe, I think that there are a few things that we need to talk about. And if we can't talk about those right now because we're going to get frustrated with each other, let's table it. We're fine, we're good, but X, Y, and Z have really gotten under my skin. Which leads me to number 2. Set that foundation with your partner and how you want to have a discussion. And it's okay that if you can't have that discussion right now, that you guys can talk about it later. But put a date and a time on when that conversation will be later, so that that doesn't linger and it just slips away from you and the conversation never happens. And then things build, and then boom. We don't like tick, 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 boom. I guess I should have reversed a little bit and maybe started out with this being number 1. But when you're dating, you kind of want to set the expectations. Like, are you looking for casual? Are you looking to just date around? Are you looking for exclusivity? Do you see yourself in a long-term relationship? Kind of figure out what it is that they're looking for to see if those things match with what you're looking for. Oftentimes we tend to just go with the flow of things, and that's perfectly fine if that works for certain people. But then sometimes we get hit with I'm not looking for a relationship right now. So I think it's very early, so that you don't waste your time. Set those expectations very early in your relationship. So it's very important to have those conversations early on, so that you know what you guys are getting into, and so that you don't waste each other's time. There's too much of that going around, of wasting each other's time. The other big thing that really worked in my relationship early on was that I gave my fiance the space to be able to express how he feels, his fears, and, certain things that he's been through in relationships, because oftentimes women, we don't really give men that space to do so. And on the flip side, a lot of times men don't give us the space to do so either. So I think it's very important that you give that safe space to your partner to feel like they can come and communicate things to you, so that they feel like they're being heard, seen, and felt as well. Healthy communication is the biggest key to having a healthy relationship. And listen, if y'all start bumping heads, if those boundaries that you set are being crossed and those red flags keep popping up, just go ahead and just exit out of the equation. We don't have time. You're too bad of a bitch to have to deal with that. You're too good of a person to have to deal with anything less than happy, healthy, and sexy, okay? Healthy communication. Set foundation on your relationship and how to have serious conversations with each other. Set expectations of what you are looking for and create a safe space to communicate your emotions and your feelings with your partners. Let's get out there and just have healthy relationships, okay? No more crying, no more sad, no more fighting, no more nothing. They can't handle those boundaries you set, boom, on to the next one, okay? On to the next, on to the next. You feel me? That's what you got to do. As always, if you want me to dive deeper into any of one of these topics that we've discussed today, let me know in the comments and we can take a deeper look. But in the meantime, go out here and try these. See if they work for you. If they don't, that's fine. But it's just always easier to set these healthy boundaries very, very early on in dating. You guys don't even have to be in a full exclusive relationship. Just get to setting these boundaries.